Hi there and welcome to my video today. I'm going to show you how to make some gift tags using your jelly prints and your jelly plate. So I'm starting with this watercolor paper. It's 300 GSM, which works out to be about 111 pounds. So I'm cutting these just mini cards out of this paper to use because I feel like anyone can make these gift tags and we just use what we have, right? So I made 3 by 4 little tags and 2 or 3 by 5. So the first one I'm making is just using all my jelly print leftovers. I have a lot of scraps, and I feel like this is a really great way to use up all these leftover pieces that I used in my artwork. They just kind of kept on the side because these little doodads can really come in handy, and I love to use them on the tags for gift cards. You can also put them on regular cards. You can just collage any which way to create these really easy tags. So I'm using the Yoo-Hoo glue stick to put everything down. I recently did a collage on this paper and I used some satin medium instead because I feel like that really lays it down wonderfully. But it did curl up and it definitely bent the paper a little more than to my liking. So I figured that the glue stick would be an easy way to get around that. So I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm just kind of using the scraps and making something that I like to look at. Because essentially, we're going to put this on a present, give it away. It's just something to write a little note on the back and give to someone. So this one I made into like a little birthday gift tag. And I just used my Posca pen to make that sentiment and just cut around it. I actually wrote this on an index card. So there is the first one. Nothing fancy, right? We're just kind of using what we have. This next one, I'm using a jelly print that I made. I have this little book full of them. And I figured I have so many that are like pretty designs all in their own right. I can just use an entire piece of one. So I just measured it out with the actual card, cut around it, and then I'm just kind of trimming it a little more on the sides so that it fits inside of the actual piece of cardstock or watercolor paper. So again, just using a glue stick. This one's the Elmer's glue. And then what I did is just put a little piece of fodder on top just to kind of give it a little design. And then I can make a little message on the back of whatever I want to give this, whoever I want to give it to, and whatever I want it to say. So this next one, I'm actually using my jelly plate. And I was thinking I wanted to make an actual jelly print on the paper because that would make it a little more personal and a little more fun to do. So I'm just using bright aqua green and I'm using some stamps that I just got just to make some designs on the jelly plate. I did measure it out in the beginning and kind of wrote some guidelines on the plate with the Posca paint pen. And then I'm just using some stencils to give it some interesting marks. Here's a little bubble wrap just so that I can put another color on top of it. It'll show through. And this is a really light pink. I think this is rose pink. And just putting the paper down. And I really wanted to get all sides of it, so I just used a paper towel on top to avoid getting paint on my fingers and then on the tag. So here it is, just a little design. You can kind of see the stamps and the bubble wrap. And then again, adding a little fodder on top. This was a stamp that I had. I just stamped on some index card and cut it out. So here are all those. So simple to make. That one on the left I made as well. The happy birthday one. I did trim the edges too, just to kind of give it a little bit of a finished look. And all of these were so much fun to make. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much for following along, and I hope to see you again soon.